You and that creepy smile.
She wants to just make everything cover it.
I'm cold, so I'm getting a blanket. Got a problem with that? Apparently.
No problem with everything you do.
Well, trust me, I don't know the cold.
How about this? I asked 50, you asked the last 50.
Sure.
So we're both supposed to answer them if you wanted.
Let's do it.
Not if I fill in blanks.
What did it do?
You did take
It
this.
just hurts. Someone made a good effect. See, this is why the videos take so long, because you get sidetracked.
No! What?
There you go. What is it? Ford. This is what I have to come up with.
Wait. What was the last picture you took on your phone? I just typed in your password again.
You know, I don't remember.
Curtis just sent you.
Imagine that, he's done it before. And honestly, I save images on my phone, like off my Facebook, so whatever's the last one on there may not actually be the last one I took.
Well, my last one is it's
do
you
something
with
dumb.
when you're on your on your hip thing doing the
Oh,
really.
Yeah. I look so thrilled.
Yours is a picture of the Moose and squirrel we drew on our arms. Do you know any big gossips?
Thankfully, there aren't any in my church. I work with a couple though. Every time we carry on a conversation, if they have the chance, they'll come to me and be like, "What you talking about?" It's like, well, I wasn't talking to you, but I guess since you're nosy and want to know, then as soon as they get done talking to you, they either go over to a customer and start either talk about the same thing or something that they were talking about earlier. Just not stop.
Mine's actually at work. A good one. Have you ever been pulled over by a cop?
Yep.
No.
I pulled over for 65 and then 55.
Do you know your heritage?
Like as in what ethnicities I have, or I think most of my dad's side is I think it's Wales and Scotland, and then my mom's side I think it's
Her dad's a whale.
I think mom's is like German and Swiss, I think, and somewhere on my dad's side we have a little bit of Cherokee, I think a very little bit.
I'm German and Irish. Top of the morning to you. Did I tell you about the Irish woman that came from LA? Still can't think of what she said though when she was. It was something like "Have a good day." Just the way she said it was. What have you always wanted? Did you ever get it? I've been wanting an iPod. But I guess like speaking
Non-material things.
yeah. Would be your thing's about to die too. 13, but non-material would be having someone that's always there for me. Means it. Means it when they say they're my best friend. And the second someone else comes in line, she doesn't dump me.
Did you get it?
What?
Did you get what you wanted?
My face?
Why? She really has a lot of confidence in me, doesn't she?
Like I said, I don't know what pull Rob thing. You might dump me eventually. You never know.
What is a good idea? What if I do end up marrying him?
The question is, if you marry him, are you going to dump me for him?
Well, I guess that's just exactly what you mean. What do you mean by dump you? I mean,
Just forget about me.
No.
Well, I mean, you've already said if you eloped that you'd call me.
Mm-hmm. I had a witness. I don't know who he called. Maybe his brother Jesse. Because it depends, like, Jesse's not one of the dolls that's
How old is this Jesse?
I think he just turned 13 or 14.
So if you guys get married, he'll probably be way past 18 this year. So you're talking like it's happening anytime soon. Okay.
Anyway, would you believe Jesse's already taller than me? He's like 5'9".
That's surprising.
Well, probably he's only 5'9". Jesse's still growing.
What have you always wanted? Did you ever get it? What have you always wanted? Did you ever get it? Answer mine.
I can't really think of anything that I've always wanted though. Material or immaterial. I just kind of go day by day. I don't like single anything out. Yeah.
That's so fun.
It's just not what I do. I don't know why. I just don't know.
What kind of sickness have you lied about so you wouldn't go to work? I don't think I have.
Well, there was that one time when that cough was bothering me. Make you bad now.
Like you.
I called them for cramps once. They really weren't that bad. But my lower back was really hurting. And I didn't go to work. So I half lied. Which I guess is still kind of a lie.
What was the last lie you told me? I have a feeling it's something to do with me.
Well, according to my mother, for your Monday night. But I think the probably last lie I told would have been to Robbie because I told him I was going to bed when actually I was just going to stay and write my journal without coming home. Started a great relationship. I'm dating him. No, whatever was just going now. Never mind.
Have you ever danced in the rain?
Walked, yes. Danced, no. But I don't dance, period, so that'd be probably why.
What is your blood type?
You can answer that one.
Oh,
Like dancing in the
I
rain.
said no.
Oh.
Mine's A negative.
I think I'm an AB something, but I don't remember if it's positive or negative.
Aren't both the ABs rare?
So, but I don't remember.
Have you ever been in a car accident? I don't think so.
Involved in another car? No. I was in. Was it?
Can't tell. It's like going in and out of charging.
It's weird. I was in a car when it was struck by a deer. And I was the one driving when I hit the rear end of Dad's truck, but that was pulling into the driveway. I'm not sure if you really classify that as an accident. It's nice. What's your point? Just text me. Yeah, so I guess I have been in an accident, just thankfully not with another vehicle.
Well, if you want to count me hitting the coon, it's an accident.
You don't hit animals as accidents. I've been plenty. I've hit 2 turtles, 1 squirrel, a rabbit,
Turtle.
I don't know how many frogs I've hit. Hit lots of frogs.
That's weird. What's the weirdest prank call that you've made?
I've never made any prank calls, so
What's that pink pillow? That little pink pillow. The heart.
there you go. Last lie I've ever told. You can have a heart. Make it better.
What were we talking about? What's the weirdest prank call you've made?
Yeah, I've never made any prank calls. Now, when Curtis made those prank calls, I think he was using my phone. Oh, he was on his phone. Either way, they were hilarious. Remember that one guy he called?
You want a cuddle?
I think he
Can I
asked.
get your buggy?
I think he asked, "Can we cuddle?" I was just like, no. He tried to call Walmart and reserve a shopping cart. The lady hung up on him. That's funny. And his mom yelled at us. Ow. Eyebrow. Next. How many eating of 7 did you?
I don't know, I've made a lot of weird phones with Danielle. I did prank call Kelsey's grandma once.
Did she figure out it was you?
She thought it was Kelsey.
Well, if that's the case, I talked to Grandma for an entire conversation once, and she thought I was Mom. All I didn't know first, I just happened to answer Mom's phone. I never bothered to correct her. Until she called me with the same information, I was like, I already know all this because I just talked to you on Mom's phone. It took her like 2 minutes to figure out what the heck I was talking about.
Best compliment you've received.
That's a weird question. You gotta people tell me I'm good at the piano.
That's it. Don't quote my names pretty a lot. Do you trust anyone with your life?
I think so.
You can think or you know.
Well, it's like one of those uncertainty things because in a situation like that, you never know what you can do until it actually happens kind of thing. So,
Trust me.
I would like to think yes. Hey, I have a lot of trust issues, okay?
I'm glad you have trust issues about things saying.
That's the only one.
What's your greatest strength or weakness?
You can answer that question.
Or thinking.
So answer it.
What's your greatest strength or weakness?
Why won't you answer that question? I don't know.
Okay.
Look at you.
Why could I not?
Because we agreed that we both answered the question.
Well, I trust you, but there's a big trust issue when it comes to you.
Okay. Well, the same thing with like my dad or my mom. I'm not sure I trust either one of them either.
So,
No, it's been that way for years. I will say I trust you more than them.
hey, that ain't true. That can't be. Because you automatically have to trust your parents more than someone else.
Automatically, no. I'd say it's probably you, my dad, and I'm not sure after that.
But Lydia,
I never really thought about that one.
So I just don't see why you're putting meat first.
That's too complicated for one video.
I asked her to explain it to me afterwards, but I never looked.
It's because I don't feel like being up in the mud. What was it? Strength and attention. What do you think my greatest strength is?
Your strength.
Physically or emotionally?
Both. And the emotion I think could sometimes.
Yeah, I suppose there's such things being too strong sometimes. What would you say my greatest weakness is?
Your parents.
What is that?
Because you let them get to you.
As for you, I'd say your greatest strength is just a couple different ones. I'd say try to say I'd say probably your willingness to change when people point out something. Not a flaw necessarily, but like, well, like when I talk to you about being all moody all the time, like you really do. Anyway, like yeah, she took that one to heart and worked on it and got a lot better about it. So in that respect, that's a good thing. As far as your weakness, I'd say your jealousy. Big time.
What's your favorite pizza? Cheese.
We go from who do you trust with your life to what kind of pizza would you like?
Quit messing with it because you keep unplugging it.
Oh, sorry. But seriously though, do you trust me? What's your favorite pizza? I need to know. Do you trust with your life? Okay. What kind of pizza can I get you? I feel like twitchy. Nobody sees, nobody knows.
Anyway, you ever tried caffeinated coffee?
Oh, I don't drink coffee. It's a good thing too.
Well,
I don't know what I'm doing. It's a close toss up between like Canadian bacon and then like, it's sort of ham. Oh. Anyway, or just plain cheese because there are some places that Canadian bacon's like really tough and chewy and nasty, and there's other places where it's really good. So. Okay. So she wants to eat her hair. Let's see. I'm doing with her neck. I don't know the word, but just trying to camera angle. Like you're trying to eat your hair.
What's your first thought when you wake up in the morning?
Ouch. What'd you say? I said ouch. Because usually the first thing I do is roll. The first thing I do is I roll over and my hip will pop or move or something. Like, ouch. Other times it's like, oh, a forklift. That's pretty bad considering our age. What's it gonna be like when we're actually old? Maybe we won't even pick up
my Bible teacher today.
Just roll out of bed and land on the floor. Oh, nope, gotta lay back down. Oh,
You go on with your family. Why and why not?
Oh, that's a loaded question. I do in one respect because I help them out with a lot of stuff. And my mom says I give really good advice, but I don't get along with them because they don't know when to back off and give me my space. And I don't mean just like this is my personal space bubble. I just mean like don't criticize all my decisions and don't badger me with 1,000 questions when I don't want to talk right now. Usually when I don't want to talk, it's because I'm pissed, and as you well know, I'm pissed is a super good thing. So.
See, normally when I know you're not upset about anything, that's when I get upset about you and your bitchy mood. But when I know you're actually irritated about something and you're not going to talk about it, I purposely get that in you. I try not to take what you say. I try not to take what you say to heart because I know you really don't mean it. Because whether you believe it or not, when you're upset, you talk to someone.
Yes, dear, I know.
Tell me something you told me that. It's weird. Let's take this to Dorsey.
Yes, dear.
Nice to meet you. I don't think I've ever shook your hand. Do it.
This child has problems.
I know. Now, what do you do to Pastor Sawyer? Just normal?
No, that's pretty much how to give a handshake. Well, unlike some people, I don't do like the dead fish thing. Like, I actually grab your hand and give it, a
I'll
handshake.
do Matthew. Just do your normal handshake and I'll do Matthew. There. He's like a pump handle. So
Most people will tell you that a good handshake is when you grab someone's hand firmly, like you're not trying to break their hand, obviously. You grab it firmly, you pump it like twice, and then you let go.
Sure. Don't know why, but
it's supposed to relay like strength and confidence or something. It's like a psychological thing.
Ugly and live forever, attractive and die in a year.
I think I'd rather be ugly and live forever because if you're beautiful on the inside, people are going to like you even if you're not that attractive on the outside. So, that was really good. Your turn.
Sure, same.
Let's pose for that thinker statue with clothes on. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the guy that's sitting on the big rope thing.
Thinking.
Yep. That's Dad when you ask him a question. And like 5 minutes later, make me mind yet? I'm thinking. Seriously, when you ask me a question, just pull up a chair. Trust me, just pull up a chair. And probably a blanket and a pillow too. Definitely a blanket.
You discover that your wonderful 1-year-old child is because of a mix-up at the hospital and not yours. Would you want to exchange the child to make them correct the mistake?
Considering they're a year old, I would say no because by then the emotional attachment and bonding has already occurred. Separation would not only be detrimental for you. I mean, as an adult you might do okay, but for the child itself, that could cause unrepairable trauma and emotional damage. I would definitely contact the family and try to
see my kid.
Exactly, and make sure they're aware of what's going on because they probably want to see their kid too. Which that could be dangerous because then they might demand to have their child back. Which at that point I would just be like, okay, we'll trade kids because I don't want to put the kids through a court mess like some idiots do. I was really in-depth too. I'm very good at in-depth things. But I don't need to. I know. Do I get a fish?
Well, yeah, all you have to do is catch and do that. Would you be willing to lie to a court for a close friend if it meant saving you from going to jail for life?
No.
It honestly just depends on what the reason is. Now, if they're being falsely accused of something, or if you actually know they committed a bad crime.
Even if I knew they'd been falsely accused, I still wouldn't do it.
Why?
Conscience. Because they had to swear in the Bible that you're going to tell the truth. And I think that if you were to honor God in that respect, then if it was His will anyway, if you've been falsely accused, He would make sure it was brought to light. And obviously, if you had done something bad enough that you would, supposed to go to jail for life, there ain't no way I'm saving your ass. Sorry, nope. I love you, but not that much.
Would you be Ellen? Would you be willing to eat a bowl of crickets for $40,000? No.
$40,000? No. If it was $1 million, yeah.
If you could have anyone locked in a room so that you could torment them for a day, whom would you choose and how would you torment them?
Zeke. Toothpicks. Under the fingernails. Not done. And
Pull up a chair. We'll get my list out.
there was this device they used to attach to prisoners' heads that actually went into their mouth, and every time they moved their head or tried to speak, it would cut into their tongue. One of those would be nice. And then sort of like finishing touch maybe? No, I have one better. Cheese grater on both knees. Back and forth, up and down, right against the bone. Very effective. You do know what cheese grater is, right? Then I'd probably put, you might have seen this on Fast and Furious where they put the rats under the metal pot and they heat the pot so the rats have to eat through you to get away from you.
Huh?
You never seen that before? It was an old medieval torture method where you shove the person at the table, shirtless, and then you have something metal, and you put the rat on the stomach and put the metal on top, and you hold it there, and then you light the fire to make it like really hot, and in the rat's desperation to get away from the heat, they will begin eating and chewing through the person's stomach to get away from the heat. And if you're really cruel, you won't leave it on there the whole time, and then they'll just end up with like a gaping hole in their gut. But if you leave it on the whole time, eventually the person will die because the rat will eat all over them.
You're a psycho.
You know, researching medieval torture
I want to warn Robbie not to break your heart or something.
But yeah, I once researched medieval torture methods and Spanish Inquisition methods as well. It was very enlightening but very disturbing at the same time. So yeah, that's the details of my little torture adventure there. Your turn.
Do you feel the judge?
No. You are not allowed to skip that question. At least don't tell me how, but at least tell me who you put in the room.
Awesome.
I figured it needed to be her, Danielle.
That's one thing I can think of I do. You know those rooms where you can't hear anything, you can't even hear yourself breathing? I'd put her in those, but it means that I'd be locked in there with her. I'd have earphones. I know she'd go
Why would
crazy.
you be locked in there with her?
It says if you could have anyone locked in a room so that you could torment them.
Oh, gotcha.
Would you choose? Oh, I guess
you
I don't have
could
to be in there.
What you could do though is put her in a room like that, and since you're in there with her, have your earbuds in, and then take actually you can probably use any kind of knife, but anyway, just make sure it's really sharp. Have her sitting in a chair, tied to a chair, and then what you do is you take the knives and you go through the wrist bones and through the chair, and then
No!
it holds her arms to the chair, and the same thing you do with the thighs right above the kneecaps, and you stab them through both knees onto the chair. And the reason it would really be so bad is not just obviously the physical pain, but the fact that she can't hear herself scream. I'm not psychotic at all.
Do you feel that children should be sheltered from unhappiness?
No. Well,
You think? What did you just say?
I said no.
Exactly.
So apparently you agree. Goodbye! But I'm really good for that one.
If you could have personally witnessed anything, what would you have seen? Creation.
the birth of Christ. Because when you think of it, when you have the deity of God and 100% entire human in one being, born out of a woman just like and a baby, but you know that it's also 100% divine God. I mean, that's a birth I'd like to see.
So if you see that, you want to see like his whole life, but then you'd be like, I'm going back home. I don't want to see this ending part.
In one respect, though, I'd almost would like to witness the crucifixion because I think it would be.
Yeah, but Miss doesn't cry. You would be crying.
Oh yeah.
If you could wake up tomorrow in the body of someone else, who would you pick and who would it be? What would it be?
Who would you pick and what would you do? Um.
That would be an interesting one. It'd be Danielle Ackles. She gets to wake up next to Jensen. I don't know what the name of the slut that Steve Zac Efron is. But I know what she looks like. I just can't think of her name. She's an idiot.
I'm not really sure who I would pick, but it would be a guy, and it would be someone relatively strong with a workman's ethic. That way, I can help Dad with what he does, get a decent job, make more money than I'm making now.
But you change back eventually.
What does it say that then?
Sorry, I wouldn't want to change into a guy. I don't want to have like junk.
I don't know if I wish I'd been born a guy because then I could help him more. But I don't wish that enough to be transgender. It's disgusting. You should never change how God made you.
I used to want to be a guy, but like I said, it's like not enough to do that. But it's like, remember when I told you a while back, it'd be weird if I was a guy? Because knowing like how we are now, I'd probably end up with a guy. We know I wouldn't end up with you.
Now, on a side note, if it was only for one day, then I would want to be Genevieve. That would be considered.
If you could be any age group, what age would you be? 21?
I don't know. I really no desire to change my age, so.
What question do you hate to answer?
I can't say there's any one particular question that I detest.
Mine's what's your problem? We're going to talk about it.
I have to say that question varies on what mood I'm in and like what's happened that day. Yeah, there really is no one question. Too many variables involved.
If you could only have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Pizza. Because you can have different varieties of pizza.
Say chicken, rice, and beans. Protein. Keep you alive. And healthy. Like fine, depends if it's chicken.
Or if you go to get on the computer. My room?
This is where I last left my computer.
How do you start a conversation? Hey.
Yeah.
What keys on a keyboard do you not use? I use Z a lot.
The Z and the Q, I think are the ones that I use.
If you had a brainwashing machine, who would you use it on?
Why?
It doesn't say why.
Oh, I'm just curious. I'm not sure.
If you want a reason, it needs to make you normal. Or make your emotions normal.
I don't think I would use it on anyone, even if I did have it, because that is the one thing I've always detested about authority, is when they try to get you to do exactly what they want, which is basically brainwashing you. And I always hate it.
I'm not trying to get you to do what I want. I'm just saying you need to.
I know, I'm just
use
saying
your
that's why I
emotions.
wouldn't use one. Because there were just too many people, and a lot of them, I mean, there obviously are some that abuse their authority, but then there are others, like parents who are just trying to get their kid to obey. And I even experienced this personally. Yeah, they use the excuse that they just want you to obey, when really it feels like they're like trying to brainwash you to be exactly like them.
That was fake. That was rude.
I think it's so rude.
You can't be so rude.
And now you know one more thing that really bugs me.
You're walking home in the dark. You see something new. What? Who is it? Guess. What do you do? I see something moving in the dark. I'm sure it's a dog, and I'll go pet it.
It depends where I am.
Now, if you're in Tioga, probably a psycho. So I'd run for the high heavens. Run as fast as my little legs can take me.
Wait for me, I have little legs. Considering where I live, I'd probably walk down Pritchard, and considering that it's, like, country road, woods, yeah, it's probably an animal of some kind. I would guess a coyote, but they really don't go around humans. I'm just scared of them. I would just keep walking and I don't really know. Now, if I was like in town somewhere and I thought I saw something, I would try to figure out who and what it is, and depending who it is, I don't know.
What is the strangest name someone has introduced himself as to you? What's their real name?
I don't think I've ever had that happen.
Hetty. Really not a normal, like, usual name you'd see.
Yeah, yes, well. I guess, I mean, I didn't know my great Uncle Dean personally, but I always knew him as Uncle Dean. And then I found out after he died his first name was actually Herschel. I can see what he meant by Dean. So it's Herschel. That's actually where my dad got his middle name. Yeah.
At least he didn't get Christopher Herschel.
If he had, I would probably call him Hershey. And if I know my uncle better, I probably would have called him Hershey. Uncle Hershey. Of course, my Grandpa Roger, his real name's William. So yeah, I could count that one too, because I always thought it was Grandpa Roger until I was like 10 years old, and one of his buddies called him Bill, and I'm like, what the heck is Bill? Oh, Bill. I was like, Grandpa, what's he talking about? And she had to explain it all to me. Because, like, before him, there were like 6 other generations. The oldest boy was always William something. So they all went by their middle names. And Dad's oldest brother is William Kenny. I always thought it was Uncle Kenny, and I was like, and then when I found out about Grandpa Roger, I was like, wait, Uncle Kenny's actually Uncle William? You're kidding me! I just like changed my childhood. And Kyle was that way too. And Kyle. Anyway.
Where were you 3 hours ago? Do you think someone was stalking you? You were here, so I was probably stalking you. You were stalking me, so there you go.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the Bill Cosby thing.
Want you to build an ark.
Right.
What's an ark?
Am I on the camera? That was it. What was the last one? I don't remember. Oh, I'm waiting for the sewers to back up. Right.
This is God. Right. Right on Candy Camera. I really don't remember where that is in the skit, but anyway, what's that question?
You ever eaten a crayon or glue?
Ew,
Or
no.
what strange thing have you eaten? Have you eaten
That's easy. Brussels sprouts.
spinach?
Yeah, that's a close second. No. Guacamole. It's like baby spinach.
What type of music do you listen to? Genre, artists, and songs? Genre? Pretty much everything. It's mainly pop or country. Artists, Florida Georgia Line. Oh, the main one is Florida Georgia Line. Anything Disney. And Selena, Meghan Trainor, sometimes Taylor, One Direction, and songs. The main ones I listen to right now is This Is How We Roll, Cheerleader a lot. I listen to the Whip Nene thing a lot. And then pretty much anything Glee. And then whatever song is popular at the moment.
I usually listen to country and CCM. I don't have any specific artist or song though. I just listen to whatever I happen to click on. Anyway, I think at country artists, I'd say Luke Bryan's probably my favorite. Close second would be Rascal Flatts. CCM, Casting Crowns is probably my favorite. I like Beast Boys. Mark Schultz is really good though. Probably my second favorite. He's pretty good.
What cheers you up?
Chocolate. All you need to do with it.
What cheers you up? Chocolate!
Oh, you do. That's all my priorities are. But you?
You constantly think about that.
What about
you sad
you?
or just anything?
What cheers you up? What cheers you up? It's not Dakota when you did that. That was rude. What did I even do? It's because you're being a pain in the butt.
It's at 32 right now, and you can plug it in when we go to bed. But the 32 lasted a while.
From last week morning. It's the midget version of picking you off. I love you. I really do.
I take it back. Kelsey cheers me up.
Yeah, right.
And Emily.
That's the look on your face last night.
My arms don't go to me.
Scooch.
I don't want to scooch down.
Yeah, there you go.
That's awful.
There you can hang on to this turkey.
No.
Better than nothing. Whiner baby. There'll be no whiner babies. I swear one of these days, if you lose a tooth because of that, I am not playing. It's Johnny! I haven't even seen that movie.
What do you constantly think about that either makes you sad or just anything? Anna, because she either makes me sad or just anything. So I don't constantly think about it. I'm either thinking about schoolwork, whatever I'm watching on YouTube, you when I'm texting you, or work.
That's almost like a guy question because guys have a one-track mind, so therefore there probably is just one thing they're constantly thinking about. Whereas women's, our minds are like a little bouncy ball. Boing, 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 boing. Seriously though, I mean, Usually what I'm thinking about is work, laundry, dishes, people I'm texting, music I'm listening to, videos I'm watching, people that I'm talking to, dogs, cats, taking out the fridge, more laundry. Did I mention dishes? Yeah. Oh, shopping list.
Is there something you constantly lose at your hours? Is there something I constantly
House.
at my house or anywhere?
My phone. Like all the freaking time.
My name tag.
I don't have to worry about. That's because I have so many of them. They're literally everywhere.
Do you have a favorite book or read much? Why not? Don't read much. But I just feel like it because there's no point in exercising my brain in school does it anyway.
I have to say that my favorite book is a toss-up between Black Beauty and Call of the Wild. White Fang was good too. I'd say probably it's tough. Call of the Wild, White Fang, and Black Beauty.
Well, if I had to pick a favorite, it would be The Pretty Little Liars and the Goosebumps collection.
I mean, of course, I used to read all the time when I was a kid.
But I never get into books, but I actually finished The Pretty Little Liars. Well, almost did actually. I think I was on the last book and stopped. What's the longest you've gone without sleep? 3 days. I don't know why I done it. I just think I done it to see if I could.
I don't know. I never actually tried. I mean, I know I've stayed up all night, but then I usually crash.
Do you have anyone you go to for advice, in person or online? Well, it's not my turn.
Child. I'm answering the question. What was the question?
Do you have anyone you go to for advice, in person or online?
Sure. That light was so bright. Do like a full minute to figure that out here.
What is the habit you are proudest of breaking or want to break?
I used to be really bad at forcing my neck to pop. Now I just stretch it and crack some.
Biting my nails.
I still do that. That's because I get freaking hangnails at work and I don't know what to do.
Is there anything I should know? That's the question.
Oh, I was like, what? What about?
I don't know, it just says there's anything.
See, I don't do good with that. That's the questions I can't stand is those freaking general questions. It's like, give me something specific to work with.
Is there anything you're keeping a secret from me?
I'm just twitched. Anyway, for sure, I don't think of anything that needs to be kept secret. So, it's coming to mind, so.
What do you order or not order at a
Hey, you didn't answer that question.
restaurant you have been to or never been to?
I'm always Catherine.
What do you order or not order? What do you, I don't care.
I do answer the fudging question.
I don't see how you're getting anywhere taking the laptop away.
I want you to answer me instead of ignoring me.
I'm not ignoring you.
Okay. You're ignoring me. Is there anything I should know?
I don't know this, that.
That's why I asked you, dummy.
Dummy.
Well, that's true. You are actually pretty smart.
I'm not.
She gets ticked because I call her a dummy. Then when I tell her she's smart, she's impossible.
I guess just like called certain things.
I was trying to remember. Now, is there anything else I should know? Stop.
Who at a restaurant?
I'm serious. Answer the fudging question.
Why are you getting so irritated about it?
Because we decided that both of us would answer the question. This is like the second or third time we tried to skip a question.
You poor baby. Maybe if you quit getting so ticked about the littlest things.
Yes, dear.
Yeah. What about the restaurant?
No. You have to answer the question first.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I do.
Then why did you agree that we both answer these questions if you were
I never agreed on both answering them.
Well, you never disagreed, so that means you agreed.
No, it doesn't. That's what it's supposed to mean.
That's exactly what it means. If you don't disagree, then I just automatically assume you would agree. Yes, dear.
And what about restaurant?
Always.
See? I told you.
Well, why shouldn't I get irritated? You're purposely dodging the question, and I want to know why.
Maybe you don't need to know.
Okay, let me reword it. Are there any secrets you're currently keeping from me? Because unlike you, I'm not gonna get like super pissed if there is. Well, it depends on this actually. But
Just imagine if it really was a serious one. I just go, I've had sex. And we're recording.
yeah, I might have to turn that off so there's not any evidence of your murder trial. Although the only reason I would get really ticked right now is the fact that you're wearing a purity ring. Always.
Jeez.
Hey, after what Kimberly did, it's not funny.
Why do you always gotta bring it back to her?
Because that's the reason why it bugs me.
You think about your mom comparing you to her.
No.
You take everything
I am not comparing you to her, dear. I'm just telling you why it bothers me. Well, now think about it. If someone gets mugged and they're jumpy, but people come up behind them, there's no reason to get irritated with them for being jumpy because it's probably because they got mugged. It's just what it goes back to. So,
What about a restaurant?
now I want you to answer the question. Are you keeping any secrets from me right now? Possibly. It's a yes or no question again.
I still think you're hiding something, you just don't realize what it is.
It's a very good possibility. I'm not intentionally hiding anything, though. Are you? I'll be more ticked at you if you don't answer, because, as you know, I'm a very honest, blunt, straightforward person, and I expect the same from other people.
You're really honest, blunt, straightforward. The next time you think of something you're keeping from me, you can tell it to me.
I'm still waiting on you to answer the question.
So why do I have to answer it?
Because I would like you to.
I just want to.
Or I should hope it would.
Okay, good night. Don't look like
Child.
child.
Are you currently keeping any secrets from me? Is there anything you think I should know?
One.
What?
I just got.
On the lips?
Yeah.
Gross. Why did you do that?
This is
Was it his idea or yours?
because
And why did you agree to it?
I think it was a big deal.
Why? Oh, well, that's on accident, though. I knew what you got to know it better. When was this?
I know where it was.
Okay, then where was it?
Church.
Sometimes it makes it all better.
Between the boys' room and the girls' room.
Did you ever ask him why he decided to do it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I might. Don't worry, I'll be nice to him.
Oh, that was probably 2 years ago.
He's probably honestly just curious, but that's no excuse.
Yeah. We're at 50 yet, it's not your turn yet.
46, close enough. Kidding, calm down. Anyway, I'm not upset at you. I'm a little disappointed, but considering, because I just think that your first kiss should be reserved for marriage.
Well, I obviously have thought about marrying him anyway.
I understand that, but I personally think that you shouldn't kiss someone until it's at your wedding ceremony when you're pledging to spend the rest of your life with that person.
See, that's why when you had asked me about my first kiss a long time ago, I said no because you said you'd be disappointed in me.
That doesn't mean I don't love you. I mean, Lydia's done plenty of crap to disappoint me, but I still love her. Did it with my parents. But as of right now, the only person that I've been disappointed in, and I'm still not sure if I love them, is Kimberly. And I don't even have to go into that crap. So.
What do you order or not order at a restaurant you have never been to before? Wait, you have never. What do you order or not order at a restaurant you have been to or never been to?
What do you order at a restaurant you've been to? What do you not order at a restaurant you've ever been to? That makes more sense. That's two in one question. If it's a restaurant I've never been to, I'm not gonna order any kind of beef because like steak because I expect it to be well done. And if I have no idea how accurate this restaurant is with their orders, I'm not going to order something that I expect to be cooked to perfection. That's the one thing I'm picky about, and I don't want to leave a bad first impression on people. As to what I ordered a restaurant I've been to, it kind of depends on the restaurant, because I know some places, like, the ribs are really good, or, like, they make really good burgers, so it just kind of depends where I'm at. Because if I've been to it before, I know what they're really good at.
I don't have an answer for that. No?
Why?
I don't know, I just don't.
You don't speak the same.
What is your favorite word and least favorite word? My least favorite word is stupid. My favorite word is probably
Chocolate.
huh?
Chocolate. There's something I don't know.
Chocolate. Something I use a lot.
Okay.
Tart nut.
I don't have an answer for that one. I was never much for picking favorites on new things to like moods. Just because I use it all the time doesn't mean it's my favorite.
Describe something that happened to you which had no explanation.
Earth.
Sure.
Seriously though? Nothing really comes to mind for me either.
What did you do for your last birthday?
I haven't heard that before.
You're still at college.
Yeah, it's one of those. Which means, oh yeah, I was at work. And when I came home,
I was at work too for my birthday.
when I came back from work, one of my RAs back, I had a little gift on the bed for me. And then when Leanna came in for room checks later, she gave me a little note.
What holidays do you celebrate? Are you a religious person or not?
I'm not religious, I'm Christian. when people say religious, I think of like a stereotyped, I go to church, I give money to God, I
But saying it like that.
spiritual. But seriously,
I'm very spiritual.
but seriously, that's the attitude some people get when someone says they're religious, because they think of some stuffy, uptight, holier than thou, always goes to church kind of person when that lives by a strict list of do's and don'ts, and may God send all His wrath on you if you don't, kind of thing. And that's not what being a Christian is. That's why I had someone at work ask me, "Aren't you like all religious and stuff?" I'm like, "No, I'm Christian. There's a difference." And they're like, "Huh?" So I gave a brief summary, and they were like, "Oh, that's different." I was like, "That's one of being a Christian means that you've been, saved by the blood of Christ, your sins are forgiven, and you have a personal relationship with your Heavenly Father, and which is the same thing as Jesus. And because of that relationship, you want to go to church, you want to read your Bible, you want to learn about Him, you want to tell people about Him. That's being a Christian. But no, I'm not religious." And he was just like, "That's different." And judging the look on his face, I don't think he'd ever heard anything like that before. Probably doubt it.
Holidays? We can celebrate everything.
The only one that I don't really celebrate is Halloween. Just because we never did as kids. We try to get together at church or something, but then I was never real big on the rest of it anyway. I did it sometimes with my sisters, but
Definitely not on my favorites list.
I know you get in Halloween though. There's nothing else to get candy. I like Easter. I don't believe in the Easter Bunny and all those eggs he supposedly lays, but I sure do like the candy. It's bad enough that they make up a bunny that lays eggs. The chocolate eggs? Oh, some people's brains.
We only did 50 questions and it took an hour.
Why don't we stop this and make a second part? That's a good video.